We're standing across the street from Federales and Rhino, and police say the shooting took place right here out front of the bar. Did you know that Denver City Park has never been formally excavated? Well, with the help of the Denver Museum of Nature and Science, teenagers are going to be the first to unearth history right here. The Department of Transportation and Infrastructure has started a brand new slow zone pilot program, and that includes these large speed limit signs that you can see behind me on the road here. We came out to Chatfield Reservoir today to check out their inspection and washing station. This is one of the best things that you can do as you bring your boats in and out of any body of water across the state. He went 6 for 6 in that game with 2 doubles, 3 home runs, 2 stolen bases, and 10 RBIs in the Dodgers win over the Miami Marlins. So you may have seen one of these in your area or somewhere along your commute, but if you haven't, roundabouts like the one here behind me have become a very popular solution to cutting down everyday traffic. We have a mix of post-holiday travelers and those who are just headed back into the office for work, creating a bit of a pooling of traffic right here on I-25. Do you know the 3 quarterbacks? We got Bo Nix,
Jared Stidham, and Zach Wilson.
There we go. So we got Bo Nix, Jared Stidham, and Zach Wilson. Millions of people are putting down their tennis rackets for a new trend that's taken the nation by storm. Coming up, we'll tell you how pickleball is bringing this Cobb County community together. During a time of political polarization, a nonpartisan group is taking a unique approach to promote unity. Grady News Source reporter Savannah Hernandez gives us an inside look at their efforts. Golf can be one of the most expensive sports out there. But for Quinn Brett,
I'm golfing.
A day on the course is priceless. While other golfers are out spending hundreds of dollars on new clubs and gear,
Yahoo!
Quinn has added a tool to her bag that is changing the game.
That's how we do it.
Quinn was paralyzed from the waist down after a climbing accident in 2017.
That's an incredible emotional journey, going from somebody who could run around mountains doing whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, to sitting.
Sitting still isn't in Quinn's nature, and with some help from Denver Parks and Rec, she doesn't have to.
Safe, nice and easy. And
Denver Golf's Drew Greer has seen the impact.
So this is why we call it the stand up and play cart, so you're able to be in a standing position while also seated, strapped in.
Denver's adaptive golf program only has a few participants. With the addition of new equipment this year, it's gaining speed.
Technology has come along, especially in the last 10 years, with like motorized things to help us get around. Almost any sport these days, somebody has now invented it for people with disabilities to also do it.
Denver Golf has 4 of these carts for those looking to take a first swing at something new.
There we go.
Now that Quinn is out and swinging for the green, she hopes more will join in.
A journey in itself is getting over society, but then getting over yourself and like knowing that you are productive and you are very capable. And so finding these types of experiences or equipment to help return us to society and being seen out is super important.
With this new tool in her arsenal and a couple of swings at the range, Quinn is ready to challenge others in life and on the fairway. In Denver,
Yay!
Ethan Wright,
Rap, rap.
9 News. Voting can be a hassle for anyone, but for some,
Well, I mean, somebody does have to take me. I can't just go there myself.
it's worth every challenge.
So I've had cerebral palsy since birth.
For Jake Brannon, nothing's gonna stop him from making his voice heard.
I think having a disability has kind of empowered me because I'm part of that group.
Laws like the Americans with Disabilities Act and the Help America Vote Act now require polling places to be accessible for all voters.
It's nice because people over 75 and disabled people get to skip to the front of the line.
Accommodations like line skipping, ramps, and automatic doors only scratch the surface. Even with these improvements, Brandon says there's still room for growth.
There was only one, disabled accessible polling station, and I couldn't pull in all the way.
In the 2020 election, approximately 17.7 million voters had a disability. A study by Rutgers University estimates that in this election, nearly 40 million potential voters with disabilities may vote. Election officials like Lisa McGlawn are working diligently to ensure that every one of those voters has a good experience at the polls.
No matter someone's physical limitations or any limitations that they have, their vote is just as valuable as everyone else's.
And for Jake, every vote counts, not just for him, but for others facing similar challenges.
Disabled people, they might need a little bit more help with stuff, but most of them are just as capable as a person who can walk and can use their body just fine.
As the holiday season approaches for University of Georgia students, clicking your heels 3 times unfortunately won't get you to Kansas.
I'm traveling to New Jersey.
This year, the University of Georgia is giving out-of-state students what could be their ticket 65 miles closer to home.
It's definitely like cheaper than trying to like Uber or anything like that.
UGA's student government has teamed up with transportation services to provide holiday shuttles for out-of-state students flying home for Thanksgiving break. The SGA president says the main goal is to improve campus affordability for out-of-state students who make up 20% of the university's population.
I mean, it's tough to be a student right now, and I feel like it's more and more expensive to live, and especially if you live off campus.
With the help of Groom Transportation and Light Shuttle, the service will take students to Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, not only helping reduce travel expenses, but lowering planning stress.
They'll get you there on time, they'll get you to the right gate. It's really, you don't really have to think about much, you just kind of get in the car and go.
Before students start packing their bags, they can check their eligibility on the University Transportation website. Discounted rates are first come, first served though, so they may not want to take too long.
Student government's main function is to advocate for students to have better opportunity to have meaningful change here on campus. And so this was a perfect example of what student government can do for students.
From Athens, Ethan Wright, Grady News Source.